You know that feeling when you're mid-sentence and you can literally see the light fade from someone's eyes? Like you're talking and their face goes from engaged to polite smile while planning their grocery list. Or worse, you're on a date, desperately cycling through topics, and everything you say lands with the energy of wet cardboard. You walk away thinking, why am I like this? Here's what's actually happening. Your brain, in its desperate attempt to avoid awkward silence, goes into what psychologists call information dumping mode. You start listing facts, asking interview questions, or worse, monologuing about yourself. But here's the thing, boring conversations aren't about what you're saying, they're about what you're not doing. Research shows that the most memorable people in conversations aren't the ones who know the most or tell the best stories. They're the ones who make you feel something. And most of us completely skip that part because we're too busy performing. Your brain's default setting during conversation is self-monitoring. You're scanning for, do they think I'm smart, funny, interesting? That internal spotlight, it's killing your actual presence. Neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman found that when we're self-focused, the parts of our brain responsible for reading social cues literally dim. You can't be engaging when half your processing power is used to judge yourself. So here's the shift. As you watch, pick just one of these to try. First, get curious, not clever. This is the most underrated conversation hack that exists. Instead of waiting for your turn to speak or mentally rehearsing your next witty comment, ask yourself, what's underneath what they just said? If someone says they're stressed about work, don't match it with your own work stress. Pause for half a second and ask, what part feels the heaviest right now? That tiny follow-up question activates something called relational depth. It signals you're actually listening, not just waiting. And people remember how you made them feel far longer than they remember what you said. Second, embrace the pause. I know it feels like nails on a chalkboard, but here's what's wild. Research on conversation dynamics shows that pauses lasting even 2 seconds increase perceived thoughtfulness and sincerity. When someone finishes talking and you immediately respond, your brain hasn't had time to process what they actually said. You're just reacting. Try this. When they finish, take a breath. Nod slightly, then speak. That micropause does two things. It shows you're considering their words, and it gives your brain a split second to engage the prefrontal cortex instead of running on autopilot. Third, share the embarrassing version. You know how you usually tell stories? You edit out the messy parts, polish them up, present the highlight reel. Stop. Psychologist Brené Brown's research on vulnerability shows that people connect through imperfection, not through your curated wins. Next time you tell a story, include the part where you looked stupid, felt awkward, or completely misread the situation. That's the part people lean in for. That's the part that makes you human instead of a talking resume. Here's the truth. You're not boring. You're just stuck in performance mode, and performance is exhausting to watch. The goal isn't to be the most interesting person in the room. It's to be the most interested. So comment below, which one are you trying first? Publicly committing triggers a psychological circuit called implementation intention, and it makes you 3 times more likely to actually follow through. Pick one. Try it today. Watch what happens.